Biden's absolute defense of Hunter leaves media and Justice Department in a muddle. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this important information out. Also, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I put out new stuff. Also, check my link tree that's in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And I also have a link to my merch store where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, I Will Not Comply t-shirts, all types of t-shirts. Also have a link to my mental health coaching and consultation page where you can sign up to get mental health coaching if you're going through any type of stress or mental health issues. I can help you with coping skills and educate you and teach you on ways how to deal with that. All right, let's talk about this news. We absolutely stand by the president's comment. With those words, the White House Communications Director, Kate Benningfield, reaffirmed that President Biden maintains his son Hunter Biden did nothing that was unethical and never made money in China. Those claims appear demonstrably false, and they make the positions of both the media and the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, absolutely untenable. For the media, the ongoing investigation of Hunter Biden by U.S. Attorney David Weiss in Delaware has presented a growing danger of self-indictment over his prior coverage or non-coverage. Weiss has called a long line of witnesses before a grand jury, and there is growing expectation of criminal charges against Hunter Biden. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I don't think it's gonna be any charges. They're protecting him so far. It was signs of, I think, them throwing him under the bus, but I don't think that's gonna happen because, again, I keep mentioning time and time again that they try to pretend like there was no laws broken or anything like that, or no quid pro quo or quid pro Joe, but there was. I mean, because Hunter and his dad, Joe, the president, shared a bank account. He received millions upon millions of dollars from China, and they shared a bank account. So, and then we got the quotes from the email where he said 10% going to the big guy, and we know the big guy is Joe Biden. Nothing concentrates the mind as much as a looming indictment. Thus, the New York Times, the Washington Post, CNN, and other media face the embarrassing prospect of an indictment based on a story they previously suggested was either a non-story or Russian disinformation. Suddenly, in recent days, they all rushed to declare the story legitimate. 18 months after the New York Post reported on it in October of 2020, and of course, I've reported on it. Um, what quickly emerged, though, was a new narrative. None of this implicates President Biden. On CNN, White House correspondent John Harwood declared, quote, there is zero evidence that Vice President Biden or President Biden had done anything wrong in connection with what Hunter Biden has done. Anchor Brianna Keeler then added, for emphasis, that Harwood was making an important distinction. I mean, so instead, then that's the anchor, that's the journalist, that's basically agreeing, not challenging or asking any questions. She basically agreed with that statement. It was important, but not because it was true. While many media figures now willingly admit the legitimacy of Hunter Biden's abandoned laptop story, they are avoiding what the emails found on the laptop actually contained. They're not even talking about it. Hundreds of emails appear to detail a multi-million-dollar influence peddling enterprise by the Biden family, including Hunter and his uncle James Biden. Influence peddling has long been the way Washington elite enriches itself. The common source of political corruption involves the relatives of powerful government figures who shake down corporations or countries for access and influence. The Bidens would seem to be standouts in this common practice, engaging in a virtual family business. James Biden has been accused of marketing his connection to his brother, and in the emails discovered on his abandoned laptop, Hunter Biden practically sold timeshares of his father by dangling meetings and dinners for investors. I mean, it's just crazy. The key in any influence peddling scheme is to protect the principal. People apparently were told to avoid directly referring to President Biden. In one email, Tony Bobulinski, and I mentioned this before in a previous video, then a business partner of Hunter Biden was instructed by Biden associate James Giller not to speak of the former Veep's connection to any transactions. Quote, don't mention Joe being involved. It's only when you are face to face. I know you know that, but they are paranoid. They're basically saying, hey, don't mention my dad at all in none of these emails. Instead, the emails apparently refer to President Biden with the code names such as the Celtic or the big guy. And one, the big guy, is discussed as possibly receiving a 10% cut on a deal with the Chinese energy firm. Other emails reportedly refer to Hunter paying portions of his father's expenses and taxes. Despite President Biden repeatedly claiming he knew nothing about these dealings, Bobulinski has said he personally met with the senior Biden to discuss Hunter's business activities. Bobulinski had been selected by the family to handle these deals. As Vice President, Joe Biden flew to China on Air Force Two with Hunter, who arranged for his father to meet some of his business interests. Hunter Biden's financial interest in a Chinese-backed investment firm, BHR Partners, was registered within weeks of the 2013 trip. Yet, President Biden repeatedly insisted that he never discussed such dealings with his son, a claim Hunter Biden has contradicted. There are emails of Ukrainian and other foreign clients thanking Hunter Biden for arranging meetings with his father. There are photos from dinners and meetings that tie President Biden to these figures, including a 2015 dinner with the group of Hunter Biden's Russian and Kazakh clients. It's absolute evidence, and they're still saying, oh, there's nothing going on here. It is important to note that when these foreign interests were clamoring to give Hunter Biden millions of dollars, he was, by his own admission, a hopeless addict. In his 2021 memoir, Hunter Biden admits he was drinking a quart of vodka a day and smoking crack around the clock up until his father's 2020 presidential campaign began. Sure, just all of a sudden you just stop, just cold turkey, just like that. So why would Russian, Chinese, and other foreign figures give Hunter Biden all this money, if not to influence their father? I mean, because they all have extensive secret intelligence and stuff. So it was an open secret. Everyone knew that Hunter Biden was a crackhead. So they already had that on him. So they knew what they were doing when they went in to hire this guy. I mean, you're not going to hire a crackhead to run your business. There got to be something else going on here. The new narrative suggests that while Hunter Biden maintained one of the largest influence peddling schemes in recent history, it did not involve the object of that scheme, his father. Even if President Biden was not influenced by all of this, it's hard to believe he didn't know his son was selling access. I mean, he met with these people. In his book, Hunter Biden claimed his father repeatedly intervened due to his addictions, and yet we are all to believe that Joe Biden did not express curiosity about his addicted son was how he was raking in millions from foreign sources. I mean, come on, man. Like Joe Biden said, come on, man. The point is that President Biden really did not have to ask. Hunter Biden had nothing to sell but influence. All President Biden had to do to facilitate such schemes was to be accessible, to allow his family to deliver face-to-face meetings and photo ops. And that brings us to the untenable position of Garland. It's hard to imagine a stronger case for a special counsel. Any effort to investigate Hunter Biden's dealing will lead investigators to encounter repeated references to the president and how he may have benefited from those schemes. At the same time, the president is absolutely standing by his denial that his son did anything wrong or made any money from China. I mean, come on, we know he made money from China. The White House statement this week serves as a reminder to investigators that the president is heavily invested in this narrative and his denial of now established facts. This is not to say that Weiss, the U.S. attorney investigating Hunter Biden, will not be independent in his efforts. However, the concern is the appearance of how a conflict might affect the investigation or limit the scope of any potential charges. Moreover, absent a special counsel, there is unlikely to be a report on these apparent influence peddling schemes. I think it's going to disappear. But Garland pledged to protect the Justice Department from such conflicts and to avoid even the appearance of political influence. Come on, yeah, right. He now has a president stating that allegedly wrongdoing by his son is absolutely untrue, including dealings possibly impacting the president personally and financially. If Garland declines to appoint a special counsel, he will absolutely fail on his pledge. I mean, they appointed this stuff for with a special counsel for Trump with absolutely no real hard evidence, and they did that with him. So they should definitely implement a special counsel for Biden and his son. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace. Oh,